All right, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
We getting into Le Mans from this year going forward.
Right.
I think we're going into a golden era of sports car racing. Another golden era, as they say. The reason I'm so excited about this is there are so many manufacturers joining the race, joining the series now.
Absolutely.
In 2020, they announced that IMSA and the World Endurance Championship were doing a set of regulations together. Personally, I thought what I wanted was DPI, which was Daytona Prototype International, to just be World Endurance Championship legal. But what happened instead was they took DPI and elevated it to basically compete with Hypercar, which was IMSA's LMP1 replacement. So we got a ton of manufacturers.
There's so many different classes, left and right.
There's so many classes.
LMDH, LMD, LMPHD,
So
there's too many, man.
It's a little confusing, but on one side you have LMH, which stands for Le Mans Hypercar,
right,
which is basically, it was supposed to be basically a modern GT1, where they had to sell a certain amount of road legal versions of these cars, but that kind of fell off the wayside. And
you mean to tell me no one wants to buy a road legal race car?
No one wants.
Really?
I think people will buy it. I just don't think it makes sense for Toyota, for these manufacturers, because they're going to lose so much money. They're going to lose so much money putting it on the road. So what ended up happening is, all right, well, DPI is a good class, and LMP1 costs too much. So the World Endurance Championship went down, and IMSA went up, and they were like, all right, well, let's just merge the classes.
Yep.
So as a result, we got so many prototypes going for overall victories.
And private teams too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of private
teams
teams now. Yeah, there's a ton.
There's only been a couple over the past, I would probably say 2009, give or take. When I think about Peugeot versus Audi, there was one customer team, Orica, I believe. They were going for
the team with the Vipers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were going for. They were the fourth Peugeot to beat the Audis, which.
Gotcha.
Audi held
Isn't
it
that
down.
weird how back in the day they had aren't they French?
Yeah.
They had a French team running Vipers at Le Mans. Isn't that super weird?
That is. That's fun.
What?
That's a good point. But also at the same time, GTE is going the way of the dinosaurs. Long live the RSR, but I think it's the right decision, because what you have happening is these classes it's so competitive, where LMP3 is getting booted, LMP2 is getting booted, GTE AM is getting booted.
Yep.
So now you got, on the GT side, you got, I think it's two cars per manufacturer now. So imagine all these guys fighting to get on the Porsche GT team of the two cars. And then, and GT3 in general, it's so many cars. You want to talk about which GT3s is your favorite?
So, GT3 holds a special place in my heart now after playing, what's it called?
ACC.
Assetto, yeah, ACC. So, the 488 is dog shit.
He's trolling. So, I'm not even going to pull it up. The 488 has so many. It's such a successful car.
Garbage.
He's garbage. But anyway.
But to go on, no. I have a couple, man. When I saw the Lexus GT3 in person.
Oh, at
Barrett Jackson.
Barrett Jackson, yeah.
I mean, that's a cool car. It's a cool car. Nothing's cooler than a Porsche. Come on, man. Nothing's cooler than a Porsche.
You bring up Porsche, I think about when I went to the Daytona 24.
Right.
Hearing how much louder the RSR was than the GT3R was crazy. But, as on the prototype side, how do you feel about the fact that they decided to basically like agree on like, all right, we have this chassis, you guys can use any of these 4 manufacturers, and then you have this horsepower limit. And
I think it's good for competition, man.
Yeah, I think it's
really good for competition. I think that, you know, they have kind of this set thing, and a lot of teams can come in now and be like, this is what we want to do, and we want to compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To double down on the GTP cars, the LMDH cars, I think I'm really glad that they're not all like 2-liter turbos.
Right.
We got a lot of V8, so Cadillac, you know, they have the 5.5 V8, sounds thunderous. Porsche, you know, they have a 4.6.
What is it? The 90.
The 963. That has a 4.6 liter V8.
We've actually seen a mock-up car of that in person.
Yeah, it was a full-size replica version,
and it is low.
Yeah, LMP cars are you're like laying when you're driving it.
It is insane, dude.
Yeah, and then BMW, they finally got a win.
They did on a technicality.
I actually watched a video talking about that, and I think it was like, so they have a skid bar at the bottom of the cars that they look at the end of each race. And
who was the technicality on?
Porsche.
That's
the
right.
963.
That's right.
But on the LMDH side, this is GTP. All 4 of the manufacturers have a win.
Right.
What I was looking at before I came over here was, are we going to get the Acura in Daytona over in the World Endurance Championship?
I hope so. Acura has been dominating over there.
I could not believe it was so much faster at the start of the.
I watched what's it called? Sebring.
Did you?
I did. I watched a good amount of it. I think we were sending each other clips of it for a while.
Sebring was crazy because there was that big crash.
It was.
But
where the guy went off on the right side. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And we all were arguing whether like what he could have done.
Yeah.
We were all in a lobby late at night. We were arguing. We were like, no, there's nothing he could have done. And I personally don't think he was going fast, man. That dude was going really fast.
Yeah.
But the competition is so healthy, man.
Yeah.
So
I think
Acura makes some terrible, well, not terrible, but not really cool road cars. But they're race cars, man.
I love the fact that it got so serious that they scrapped GTE, they scrapping LMP2 because there's that many people, manufacturers, going for overall wins.
I mean, how many GTE cars were there?
Vet,
BMW,
Porsche.
Ferrari.
It was Vet, BMW, Porsche, Ferrari at one point.
That's 4 of the main manufacturers. And Aston. So you got 5 cars in one group.
But that was in WEC. I mean, at one point they were running like 1 of each car, and you know, to bring up GT3 as replacement, it's just there is not a manufacturer that you can think of that doesn't make a GT3 car.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That's the crazy thing is that like you go on ACC or you look up any GT3 car and like every manufacturer has one. Like Lexus has one. Toyota doesn't have one themselves though. I don't think so.
So
I heard rumors about a Supra GT3 coming out.
So what Toyota/Lexus is doing, they're actually replacing the RCF GT3, and the reason they're doing that is because at the end of the day, sports car racing, you want a better starting point. So they never intended to race the RCF.
I love that.
It just worked out. But they never intended. So they're going to do something lighter, smaller, a better starting point to elevating their racing program.
So you think they go Supra or what?
I think it's going to be something that's unique to Toyota.
So I do know that the LC500 was dominating for a little bit over in Super GT. I do know that because it was a 4-cylinder turbo, I think.
Yeah, they were turbo 4s at the time.
They were dominating over there, man.
But the thing about GT3, and this is why I love it, is it's so close to what we can wish
So
to afford.
that's what I was gonna say too.
It's
is
so
that
close.
GT3 is so cool to where it's like you have a cup car and then you kind of like spec it even a little bit more, and that's basically a GT3 car. And the other thing is that the thing that I find so fascinating about these cars is that if me and you were to train a lot on like a sim or something like that, and that could translate to the real life GT3 car. Look at James Baldwin.
Yeah.
James Baldwin drives the McLaren in real life, but he is one of the fastest racers on ACC, and I think that's where he started at, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
he started in the
there.
game.
But what's cool about GT3 is the assist enable you to drive further, faster.
Agreed. Yep.
Like if you turn all the assists on, me and this guy could drive them.
Yep, I agree.
And I think that's what made so many manufacturers want to join it.
I agree. And it's fun to watch, man.
It's fun to
It's
watch.
fun to watch, dude. There are races that are not that fun to watch. The class is fun to watch, man. It
GT3
really
is the only class where a Bentley can be banging doors with a McLaren,
With a McLaren.
and it makes sense.
Yep, absolutely.
The regulations are within
Yep.
the wheelbase has to be within 200 millimeters, or
Yep.
you know what I'm saying. So the fact that it's able to go to that extent is just phenomenal. And then to talk about the World Endurance Championship, they're hypercars. Even though we didn't get a road legal, we got a couple concepts.
We got a concept of the 963, didn't we?
963 is the LMDH. We got
right.
we got a road legal Toyota.
That's right.
I'm gonna put an image of that in there.
We did. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, we got a road legal image of that.
That's right.
So I'm sitting here thinking Ferrari's gonna have to build a 499.
Oh, dude.
Peugeot's gonna.
I don't like Ferrari, but if Ferrari and Peugeot build a road legal version of those cars, so
I saw a road legal Peugeot concept too.
So Peugeot, I understand they weren't doing very well. However, that car is disgustingly good looking.
They stepped it up though.
Oh, did they?
They stepped it up. They were leading Le Mans for a little bit there, and I cracked jokes about the Peugeot.
That car is so nasty.
As an Audi fan, I crack jokes about different manufacturers at different points. Like I give these guys crap because they'll enter in. Oh, we're gonna go back to Le Mans. And they'll go 3 years, but the Peugeot
bring BMW back to F1.
They were like, oh, we're gonna make one with no rear wing. I'm like,
yeah, I remember.
If it was gonna work, somebody else would have did it.
I remember that.
But to give them credit, they're improving. And
the night you saw the car, you sent it to me, and you were like, "How are they not gonna run a wing?"
My thing is reinventing something in the '60s worked.
Reinventing the wheel now is.
But now it's like you have certain things you want from a sports car, lightweight, rear-wheel drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
LMPs is even more so.
Yep.
You got. We talk about the Delta Wing and the Nissan LMP car.
The Delta Wing is David's favorite Le Mans car.
And the Aston Martin.
It is his
not
favorite.
Not the Lola, but the one that came after that. Do you remember that?
The Aston Martin.
It's called like the DBR9.
Oh yeah, the DBR91. Yeah.
No, not. So it's an Aston Martin LMP1 after the V12 Lola, the Golf one.
Got you. Okay.
And oh my.
Yeah, the blue and orange one. Yeah.
It is dog water.
It looks good though.
No, not the Lola. The Lola looks great. The one
we're
after
gonna have
the
to add pictures.
The one after the Lola is dog water. So like with these LMP cars,
the 488 is dog water.
This man is trolling me. This is a sim racer's beat.
488 is bong water.
The 488 is special. It
is. It's so special that I just recently bought it on ACC, and it's not as good as the 296.
The 296 steps out a lot, but I'm not confident. I don't know if it's my lack of direct drive or my.
It is your lack of direct drive.
It's a confidence.
It is your lack of direct drive.
But that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, Lamborghini, they're coming.
That's right.
I just seen images of it. Of course, they're gonna put those in there. But yeah, I think we're going into another golden era of sports car racing where
a lot of innovation's happening right now, and innovation is good for everyone.
It's just so competitive, man.
Right. Right.
All the manufacturers are going in there. So I mean, BMW, Porsche, Toyota, Peugeot, Ferrari. Like Ferrari first time winning in 58 years. The first time back too. Like that, man.
They'd be winning if they could get the pit stops right for Charles Leclerc.
Ferrari would win in F1 if they just all right, LMP guys, go to F1. F1 guys, they're fired.
Oh, just to get rid of them.
And
Carlos Sainz is in the gravel again.
I don't have beef with Ferrari. I just don't understand why they suck.
He has beef with Ferrari. I have beef with Ferrari. When you tell me I can't put a Nyan cat on the side of my car, I have a problem with that.
All right, man. We're going to close the episode off here.
That's going to be episode 3 of the podcast, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment down below what your favorite aspect and your favorite GT3 car or your favorite car of Le Mans is down below. And we'll have an argument in the comments. An argument full of grown men arguing about whose car is best. So, thanks for watching, guys. We're out.